Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Whether you're just starting out or scaling up, this is your space to connect, learn, and grow alongside a community of trailblazing women who, just like you, they are making their mark in the world of business. From personal branding to powerhouse marketing, from leadership to lifestyle tips, we've got you covered. So get ready to ignite your passion, fuel your purpose, and unlock your potential with Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. Let's make this journey together and turn your entrepreneurial dreams into reality. Hey guys, it's Angel here. I am super excited. I actually have Natalie Runoff with me. I've been knowing Natalie for about 2 years now, and I love her. You guys are going to fall in love with her, especially her program she has. It is truly, truly amazing. Natalie, I'm going to let you tell them about everything you have, how you actually became an entrepreneur, and let's go from there.
Hi, Angel. Back to you with all the love which I have for you too. Yes, it was amazing 2 years to spend together in the programs and have fun, right? Well, my story started when I was 19. The Soviet Union just fall out of the map, and we were allowed to have businesses. And I told my then future husband that, you know what, I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to start a company. We just need to. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Let's do it. And he said yes. And we started trying different approaches, different things. And that's how my entrepreneurship started. Eventually, we end up going high tech because my husband has a degree in Wi-Fi, and that led us to grow business pretty quickly from 2 people, 3 people to 30 people, and after that, 100 people, 150 people, several offices in different countries. It was pretty intense. So I did switch from I have degree in accounting and finance and business. And after that, I switched to HR because I realized that numbers are great, but people are better. So if you take care of people, they drive your numbers much better and quicker. So I did a lot of study in HR and became a HR director. And after that, doing that for a couple of years, I realized I'm ready to do my own mistakes. And I became a parent. Between all of this, we immigrated to Canada. And I start my career as a mom, which actually was pretty crazy because after managing that many people, going different countries, having fun, I had this bundle of joy who was screaming 24/7. And I don't blame him because mom had so much fun before that he was probably like, no, I need to make sure that she's taking care of me.
Wait, and
So
I
he was
met
like,
him. I met him, and I think he looks like a Hallmark Prince Charming.
yes, he does. Thank you so much. But that Prince Charming never changed. He loved to talk. He didn't start it with day one. So, and after that, I had 3 of them and had lots to learn because it's it's amazing what reinvention we go as a parents, as a having small kids, for example, and how it's all changed, the dynamic, the values, everything is changing. And but it's taught me so much. And after that, my third reinvention was, or maybe even fourth, because my third one was migration and adjusting to the new culture, adjusting to the new mentality, which was crazy thing to do too. But you know what? Whatever I did, it's always came to people, because you cannot do it alone. Whatever you do, you cannot do it alone. And when people around you helping you and support you on the way, you start to understand the importance of everything, like importance of having these connections with people, importance of having people in your life, and more importantly, to have people who can grow you, right? Like, so not put you down, but grow you. And that's when I decided that, you know what, I really want to do that. I really want, now when I grow my kids to a certain level, when they can take care of themselves, I start to really put effort into learning how I can help people to grow. So I can get back to them, right? Give back what I received from them for all these years. And you was part of that growth. You was part of people who was growing me too. And that was a difficult process, right? To find out what you're good at and what exactly you can help with, which I finally did. And now that's become my new project, new journey with BuzzCodex, which helping medium to large corporations to combine hard result with soft skills and drive hard result from soft skills by developing employees, by helping them to develop themselves and be better with life, and whatever they do, all of their competing demands, whether they're parents, immigrants, people who want something else in life, not just work and home, right, and stuff like this. So yes, I'm really happy about that new project.
So you walk into a corporation, and what exactly do you do for the people? Because I know you're for the corporation, but you're for their people. Am I right? So
Yes,
what exactly are you doing for them?
it's all started with CEO. My entrance point is CEO or upper management or HR director. And idea is that if I can help, and I have training program, if I can train them on 3 different levels. First, it's employees, and employees need to understand and need to learn how to optimize their competing demands. So whatever now called work-life balance, I'm actually think that balance is great, but integration is better. It's when you integrate different pieces of your life together and have that big picture of different pieces. So today I spoke with my one of my friends, and she said she's about to get married, and she had her dress design and for her, right? She had a designer. And she said, oh, my designer is so cool. She's a designer, but she's also DJ, and she is also something else. She said, like, a couple of things, right? She add to that. And that's the personality, right? It's like she live her life. She's doing all of that thing. Or yesterday I talked with the psychologist, and she said to me, yeah, I'm working as a psychologist, but after that, I'm actually a heavy lifter. And I'm just about to go to nationals.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that's That's life, right? Because we are so we have so many things at us. We have multiple talents which we can start to develop, and we are multidimensional. And being able to integrate that small pieces or big pieces together and make it your life, what a wonderful way, right? What a wonderful way to live. And as soon as you're done with one part, you can start, okay, I am now reached some point, I want to go another, and you just do another. And when you create that system within your system, which allow you to, like a trunk of the tree, allow to have that branches as you wish, it's a wonderful way to go ahead and live, you know? So for me, diversity do not only about being, you know, culturally different or being different with color of your skin. Whatever diversity now people understand, whatever come to that DEI objectives. For me, diversity is more than that. Diversity is who you are, what's your values, what you want to be, all of that pieces which make you, you. That's all diversity. And how we can optimize that and how we can leverage it, not only for us, but for company we work with. That's a very important puzzle piece which we need to solve. So that's what we do. We help them with training programs. We help them to do that. And by doing that, they know their strengths, they know how to utilize that strengths better, and their managers know that too. So it's helping a lot on the way. Meanwhile, we have that amazing level in corporations, which I believe underutilized a lot. It's called middle management. Middle managers, the traditional way for middle managers is command and control, which I think is just small part of what they do, because they are right there in the middle between numbers oriented top, because top managers, let's face it, they are focusing on numbers. They need to deliver to stakeholders, they need to deliver their employees, they need to deliver to middle managers, they need to deliver to their shareholders, everybody. So they must be focusing on numbers, otherwise everything stops. They need to make that tough decisions, right? Meanwhile, middle managers, they between these two numbers and people, so they can be that bridge which can translate that to each other and which can make sure that numbers meet people and people meet numbers, right? So that's how we work. We mostly work with middle managers because that's our strength.
Yeah.
That's when we train them and we go with them for a year to make sure that they become that coordinators and that they become that integrators within the company. And they can coach people, they can understand numbers properly, and they can connect the two together and deliver that hard result, which top want, and that soft skills which people need to move further.
Yeah.
And of course, CEOs, right?
Yeah. So it just intrigues me how you've taken your accounting degree, your HR degree, and you've meshed it into this business to go into businesses to support them into getting their managers to a key to where they can be all that and then some, because that's what you're doing. Because once you have both, yeah, you can run the numbers all day long, but if you can't communicate to your people what you need, what happens? It falls apart.
It falls apart. Absolutely right. You're right in it. And I think that's what my thing, right? That's where I really good because I know numbers. I work with them. I know people. I work with them too. And the truth is in the middle. The truth is how we connect that two, right? I always say business is actually very simple. Business is people plus numbers. And that plus that's where the magic happening. If the plus is not working, forget about it. Right? It's become
you're
minus.
The plus. You're the plus.
The program which we develop and which we bring is actually make that plus really working, right? It's like it's more become now more a multiplier and connector and all between parts in a business. Sure.
Love that. I love that. So now that we have the numbers, now that we have the people, now that we have the plus, because you're the plus, all right. Doing what you do, is there a superpower that you wish you had and that you could have, you wish you could have it today, tomorrow, every day? What would be that one superpower?
You know what? I believe that superpower is not in me. It's superpower. It's people which I can get together to work on things, and that's my superpower, right? If I can make that work for people, so they can have fulfillment and business objectives without sacrificing one or another, that's the superpower. But if we come to body, I would always say if I would have a possibility to grow some like extra hands when I need them and shred them when I don't, that would be such a superpower.
I love that.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, to do lots of other things that you just need, or maybe just 3 or 4 of you, correct?
Exactly, exactly. But you know what? Having 3 people is sometimes can be complicated because you cannot sometimes agree with your inner voice, right? If you have 3 people, I think we're gonna fight all the time, honestly. But the hands is very handy.
And you're right, because do you remember the movie? I don't know if you ever saw it with Tom Hanks, Duplicity or something like that. Yeah, he multiplied himself, and they got like not as smart as time went on.
That's a good point. Because you dilute yourself, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So the hands would work. The hands would work.
Yeah, it's like, you have guests, you have kids, you need to do certain things, and you just like tick, 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 like that Indian god, right, with multiple
Oh yeah,
hands.
multi hands. Yeah,
And after that, when you don't need them, they just like,
they go away. They come back. We're normal.
yep,
That
yep,
one's
that would
cute.
be great.
That one is cute. All right. How do you balance running a business with a family? Because your son that I met is how old? He's the oldest. How old is he?
He's 19.
He's 19,
Yeah,
and
he's
the
19.
youngest is what age?
Youngest is 14, and I have
14.
17, a boy.
Yep.
So I have 2 boys and a girl.
Okay, so how do
And
you
I have
balance?
my youngest is actually my husband. He's telling that everybody. He's like, I'm the youngest in the family. Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. That is so true. We talked about husbands a little while ago, you and me. So how do you balance running a business and a family like you have? I mean, you have teenagers, you have a husband, you have a lot going on. How do you balance it? Or do you?
Lots of wine.
Like,
To be right. I don't balance. I don't believe in balance. I already mentioned that before. Why? Balance is rigid. If you think about balance, you need to have something which balance it, like equal it. And as soon as something drop, it's one or another way, right? So it's very rigid. I prefer integration. It's when you're waving one on each other. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. It's always learning thing. because every day is just, you never know what is gonna bring, right? It's just like, so
Love it.
for me, I learned that some time ago about the neuroplasticity of our brain and how our brain works. For me, the great idea came with understanding that our amygdala is guarding us from, something happening and we can die or something like, and that's what you need to be careful. Do not give so much to your brain that your amygdala will say, I cannot keep you safe. We're done. So we just not doing it, right? So you need to measure it and do not overpower your amygdala. And that's one thing. And another one is understanding of stress. So the stress, actually, like cholesterol, is good and bad, just like cholesterol. So the bad stress, it's where you just panicking or you just anxious or you just cannot function anymore. But the good stress, it's that what gives you that drive, right? Like, so you need to, like a good sportsman or woman, you need to understand your level. Where is your stress going from motivational and keeping you going to that corner where you die, right? And you
Overflow.
cannot function,
The
overflow,
overflow.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you learn that, and it's constant thing because you developing your parameters are growing, right? Or shrinking at some point. It's depend what you do, but it's very it's a learning curve. And when you do that, you just feel better because you understand yourself better. And you're like, okay, now I'm on a point where I need to stop that. Whatever I do, I stop. And I just go and do something else. And I have very good teacher. He's from Australia, coach. He always said, when you sitting and you are not sure if you can do that or something, or it's too big, you need to sit and just ask yourself, what can I do for the next 10 minutes, which can make everything else easier or unnecessary?
Oh, wow. That's cool. 10 minutes. That's good.
Yeah.
That is a
What
great
they can
tip.
do. So that's gonna put your amygdala back to, okay, for the next 10 minutes, I definitely can keep you safe. So what we can do to, and when you start, who knows, right? When you start, you will go and you will see it's not such a big task, or you can break this task to smaller tasks, or you just need to stand up and go outside for 10 minutes and come back refreshed, right?
Love it.
So it's such a great trick, which I highly, highly recommend everybody. I have it on my screen. I have it on my screen. Oh, it's there.
It comes up and it says take 10 minutes, or what does it do?
It's in my, we have OneNote, which has the focus list. It's always on one of my screens.
Okay.
And on top of the focus list, I have this phrase. So every time I kind of need to refocus, I will just look at it and I see that, and it's just bringing to my brain, great, what should I do right now?
So the phrase is take 10 minutes, or what's the phrase? If you want to
The
share.
phrase is like, what can I do in the next 10 minutes? By doing that, it's make everything else easier or unnecessary.
Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. So we went serious. So the next thing is, what is one fun thing about you that you want to tell us about, or maybe nobody else knows about, or something to that effect?
That's that question always put me in a like, what is, I am pretty fun person, but when somebody asks me what's fun about me, which people don't know, I'm like, I don't know. I am an open book. Whatever you have, you have. That's it.
I love it.
But saying that, I think that I love everything hybrid. Like I said, I'm integrating things. I'm all about integration and combining things. And if you think about it, I'm a hybrid. I am a Belarusian Canadian, or Canadian Belarusian, right? I also have a hybrid cat who has wild cereal in him, and it shows. It's crazy, crazy cat, crazy cat. And my favorite car is hybrid. So yeah, it's kind of like everything hybrid works for me.
It's fun. Everything
Yeah,
hybrid's fun.
it's fun. Yeah, I never can decide what ice cream I want until I mix that together. Like, so hybrid it is.
I like it. So staying on the fun mode, what is your favorite song or music that you like?
Mm. I love classical music. If just pretty much everything about classical music is attractive to me, but when it's come to the song, nothing can beat Queen's "Show Must Go On."
You're
I
right.
just love it. And when you have a tough time or something, you just switch it on and it says like your makeup may be, not good. You might be crying or something, but show must go on. That's it.
So you brought up, I love that, but you brought up classical music, and I was waiting for somebody to answer that for me. So, taking that 10 minutes that you talk about, what can you do? But what can you also, like, I found a 10-minute yoga routine. But if you could listen to a classical song for just a little bit, what is that go-to song to mellow you out?
It's a tough one. I have some, but Bach Air by Sebastian. What's his? I don't remember his first name. Anyway, Bach. I can check it out. I just don't want to mix up because it was several of them. It's a family of who develop a lot of good classical music. But that one is called Air, and it's actually another name for it is Dreamy.
What is it?
Dreamy. It's called Air.
Dreamy, dreamy.
AIE, right? But another interpretation of that music is actually a name of that music is Air, Dreaming, Dreaming. Yeah,
Love it.
it's such a nice. I actually have I think I have like 20 different variation of it. So I can put it on like
You put it on a
it's
loop.
yeah, and it's always about the same, but the different variation of it, aspects of it, right? It's a little bit. Sometimes it's with electronic tone, sometimes with more modernized tone. Sometimes it's really classy. Sometimes it's a bit more faster. I have one which is like exercising, exercising. One. Yeah. It's just so mine that I really, as soon as I see air, I'm like, record it, record it, record it.
What do your children say when you want to put on air?
They always said to me, says how old I am with all of this music. I mean, they like it sometimes, but not for all the time. And I tend to listen all the time. When we go for the ride, like, oh, classical music. So they put their earphones and
Yeah.
that's it.
I love it. I love it. All right. What about a book? Do you have a favorite book?
Book, my favorite book. I am not very good with reading books. I would rather watch movie or something else. I'm visual person, so for me, reading is why I'm not reading because I fall asleep very quickly.
I do too. I have to listen to the Audible while I'm working out, and then I'll read it right before I get ready to go to bed, and I fall asleep. I get it.
Yeah,
Totally get it.
yeah.
So it's the only thing that puts me like I can actually fall asleep to it. It's crazy.
will tell you, my favorite book to sleep, to put me to sleep, is a physics. If you give me physics book, I would read first 2, 3, lines, and I would snore. It was my problem in the university and at school because I was like, it's better than sleeping pill. But to me, I sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite movie then?
But book, I like to read non-fictional books, developing books, all of this. And the book that book has actually opened my eyes for intercultural communication so much. When I started my HR career, Soviet Union was famous for having 15 cultures together. And so we always were emerged to that multicultural environment. And when I read that book and when we started to travel a lot, it became very handy too. That book it's by Richard Lewis, and it's called When Cultures Collide, I think it's leading across cultures. When cultures collide, leading across cultures, that's how it's called. And I would recommend everybody to read that. What he did 20 years research. By that time, when I read it, he had already 20 years research of different cultures of the world. He speaks like 10 languages. He traveled a lot. He's a very interesting personality himself, but what he did, he kind of created a system around cultures. And when you see how it goes, it's when I read about Slavic culture, like mine, it's like I'm reading about myself. Like it's like, oh, it's all there. I think it's such a great book for everybody to just open up about why we're different, right? What parameters make us different, right? So what cultures is reactive? What cultures is multitasking naturally? Like Russians, for example, or Belarusian people, we are multitasking. We want it or not. We all over the place, right? It's just our cultural identity, right? Or we talk a lot. Look at me.
Hey, we all do. So wait, so you said he talks 10 languages. I mean, from my understanding, if I'm remembering right, how many languages do you speak?
I don't speak much. I speak English. No, probably 4.
You could speak 4. That's
And I will
a
tell
lot.
you. It's I will tell you which. I speak English. I speak bad English. I speak Russian and I speak bad Russian. I can understand certain. I used to know. I was born in Germany, so I used to speak German, but it's long gone because I didn't practice it forever. And I can understand Polish, Belarusian, Ukrainian because I'm Belarusian, so I never had a chance to learn Belarusian as a Belarusian language because I'm a daughter of the military people, and we travel so much that I never had this opportunity just to sit and learn language of my country. But yeah,
Wow.
that's
That's a lot. See, you do. So, all right, your favorite quote.
favorite quote. Recently, I had a chance to be introduced to Marian Jones. I don't know, people might know her story. She won 5 gold medals in Sydney in 2000. She had quite an interesting story after that. And now she dedicated her life actually to help people too. And she said that phrase, she used it with her when she trained people, but I think it can go much beyond that. She said, I don't care about your fall. what I care about your stall. And for me, it's just amazing catch.
That is amazing because if you think about it, you know, if you fall, you fall. You can get back up. When you stall, people have a tendency to just stall and not do anything further. They don't even fall.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
And I think stalling is much more dangerous for us to move forward than fall, right? Because we can be in that position for a long time. You can be, rabbit holes do exist. You can go in them very quickly, but it's very difficult to come out of that, right? And
I love that. That is so true. So, you have a way for people to get in touch with you, and that is how. How do they get in touch with you, Natalie?
I have my Calendly link, which I can share. I would love to meet people and speak about what challenges they have with their businesses, especially in that hard result connecting to soft skills and vice versa. And leadership, right? When I think nowadays the leadership approach is so messed up. You hear so much different ways, like, oh, you need to be empathetic. Leadership should be empathetic. Oh, leadership should be this. Oh, leadership should be that. And I think leadership is so authentic, just like every leader is, right? And to find that integration of certain things which can make you create that result which you want, that's what matters. But it starts from you. It starts from who you are as a leader and who you are as a person. You cannot change yourself, right? You cannot. No, you can at some extent, but why would you? What makes you you is you. So you can just sometimes just a little angle, because you didn't understand something or you didn't learn something, can make huge difference. And when you learn it, boom, you just grow your wings and just go, right?
Yeah. So it's magic, basically. So that's what I think. I think you have this plus in magic. That's what I think. So that you have a Calendly link you're going to give to me, and I will put it into the link in there. You also have a website, and that website is at natalierunoff.com. Nope. See?
No, that one is my speaker site, and it's just about speaking. It's BuzzCodex, and I call BuzzCodex because buzz is people. People are buzzing.
They are.
So yeah. So and Codex, it's about manuscript. Codex, it's an old the it's, I think it's from Egypt. It's a manuscript. And I believe that every company literally making their own manuscript. Their rules, their culture within the company, all of that create their own unique manuscript. So Buzz Codex is actually combined that two. It's a bit that hybrid, right? Hybrid between people buzzing and manuscript, which company trying to establish and goals which they achieving, all of that together.
All right. So let me get it right. So spell it for me. Buzz.
CODEX dot
BuzzCodes X.
X XYZ X.
Is it .com?
Mhm.
Okay.
That's correct.
I like it. It's cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, is there anything that you wish I would have asked that I did not ask you during our time together that you want to share with us?
Um, yes, I actually did. When I was thinking to, when I was preparing for talking today, is you. I think, when I met you, you remember I was kind of in a difficult internal struggle situation. And the journey which you included helped me to go through, it's actually the journey of belonging. Because we all trying to belong to something, right? It's all about belonging. It's one of our shadow values, to belong as a human being. But the true belonging is actually what Brené Brown talks a lot. What is true belonging? And I can sign up for whatever words she's saying about it because I did it through last 2 years. And I really, really think that's where we all need to go. It's belonging to yourself. So Brené Brown saying that true belonging, it's actually belonging to yourself. It's belong to your past, to your present, and to your future. And that three combined together make you, and that's what you need to belong to. And everybody else, they're your peers, they are your mates, they are partners, all of that. The true belonging is actually in you. And I wish everybody to find that them inside and connect with their past, present, and future them to really belong.
Wow. And that goes back to your integration, intertwining and belong. Oh my God, that is so amazing. It just all goes in. It's amazing. I love how you do that and how it combines everything together. Wow.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I loved having you with me today. You're truly amazing. You know that. And I cannot wait to see you and have you in the magazine. It's going to be so much fun. And we'll just go from there. I just love you. We'll talk later. Bye.
Love you too. Thank you so much. And have a great evening today too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.